he had his lane, and then Conway had their lane, but they all formed up, to just continue to get money and get. Telling you, man, these stories, man. Like, so I like this, man. I like this album. I'm gonna keep going back to it.
Expectation management at its finest, man.
Yeah.
But just don't listen to 10 More Commandments first. If you don't listen to that, listen to anything else on this project, you'll be in good running. That's just my review.
Then we got Benny. Tana Talk 4.
This the one. This the one that we've been waiting on. He been talking about it forever. Been rapping about it in other projects. People been waiting on it. Yeah, man. I don't know what. I got a lot to say. I'll stop. So. What?
No. You really wanted this. You was like, and I start. That's so I was like, oh, he got something to say. I'm all ears, man. Go ahead.
Yo, this is it's a lot of features on here, right? Mm-hmm. And I went back and forth on, do I want to put my old hater hat on? And then it caught me feeling like, I'll probably say it caught me from this aspect. Like, remember back in the day, we used to be like, oh, look at all these features. This is bad, right? You would judge it right out the gate. You know what I'm saying?
He can't hold his own.
Huh? He can't hold his own.
That's what we say. He can't hold his own.
But that's what we used to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what we used to think.
But I don't care about that no more. Like I've realized listening to this project, I don't care how many features you have no more. I don't care about that old narrative. There's nothing overly, done in terms of just making me feel that way. But I just enjoyed the music. I just listened to it. Oh, there's features on there. But these are like the normal people besides J. Cole and Diddy on this project. It's the normal people he rock with that he's been on everything else with. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't he do it? And he don't get lost in the album at all. So I enjoyed it from that aspect. Number 2, I love Pusha T. You know what I go to listen to Pusha T for? Cold lyrics, yes. Coke bars, drug-related shit, and he give me a little bit of the peek on the other side of the ills of it all. I come to Griselda, I come to Benny the Butcher for the same thing. So why would I expect anything different? He gave me exactly what I've been waiting for. Exactly what I've been waiting for. So why would I expect anything? So after listening to it with that lens and coming to that realization, I was like, yo, this shit is tough. Like, it really is. Like, you got the same shit. Alchemist, to me, I think if there was a way that he could ever step up his production, he did a really damn good job. Him and Derringer helm, the most of this project. You know what I mean? So shit, the whole project, back and forth. It just depends on what track it is. But they did their thing, man. Doe's Revenge, Tyson versus Ali. Now, Tyson versus Ali, I stopped right there because I ain't just gonna give you 5 songs I like, because I do I really enjoyed this album. Tyson versus Ali was, I don't know, I think it was finally the first time that these guys addressed the fans and us pitting them against each other. I mean, Conway just dropped what 2-3 weeks ago. You know what I mean? And that was an album. God Don't Make Mistakes. He'd been talking about it. And then 3 weeks later, Benny drops. And then like how they addressed it was really dope, man. Like, I really feel like you got 2 solid bodies of work from this team in the span of a month. And if the first thing you could do is complain about it, then that says a lot about you as a fan. You know what I mean? Like, I know we expect this God tier level rapping from a lot of our favorites, but when they give you a really good project, it may not be classic right out the gate or what everybody's talking about in terms of just full praise, mainly the praise, but I don't find too much wrong with Tana Talk 4. Like, I don't find too much wrong with it outside of 10 More Crack Commandments. Outside of that, Outside of that, I don't find too much wrong with that. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I know y'all see your face. I see your face. I mean, look. I didn't need it. I didn't need it. Big. This is the problem, Prez. When you do certain classics over again, this is why people say it shouldn't be done with certain ones. And this is the reason. Diddy comes on with this smooth love Diddy or whatever, Puff Dad, whatever he calling himself. He come in with the smooth shit. It was too much. And then the beat was too laid back. It didn't grab your attention right out the gate. What Benny was saying, cool, dope, but wasn't mind blowing either at the same time. So it was just, everything just was here. It was just right here. It didn't reach these levels for me personally. And some of the things that he was saying as far as the commandments left much to be desired. They could have kept that one on the cutting room floor. I know he had been talking about 10 more crack commandments for, you know, a few projects now. But yeah, man, the hype for me for the song, and then when I got the song, easily could have let that one go. But that's my Benny take. I got a little bit more to say, but it just really depends on what you got to say, Prez, in terms of this project. Like.
First off, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. 10 more commandments was needed. It is stuff that's out there that's been going on said for years. You know, now put it out there, and you got this added to the list of the original 10 commandments on there. So, like, for the newer age and what's going on, like these are lessons that need to be out there. So I kind of appreciate that little portion, man. And then I appreciate it, like how he added it in on the song. And yeah, Diddy he's his own person, man. Like, you had to get clearance to him. So he probably, hey, if you don't want the producer all up in your videos, all on your songs, then Diddy ain't the person to go to. He needs to get the beat from Diddy. Guess what? Diddy's going to be on the song. That's just the way it is, man. So I just bypassed the Diddy portion, man. Focus on what he was actually saying up in there. The original 10 Commandments was more of a raw type beat. So I appreciated this being more of a raw type beat, and just continue what you're getting out of that is what he's saying, the message little portion of it. So I thought that was hidden, and I thought like that was on key, on tone with the original. So I like it. It was one of the standout little ones on here that I think. So Tyson versus Ali was another one. Back 2 times with Stove God Cooks was another one. And then Johnny P. Caddy, man. Like that's top for me on here, man. And overall, great album. Like the start to finish. Definitely didn't have that switch up, that upbeat tone and everything. So it's definitely, you know, that street level music. So you got to keep it, know what you're getting into.
What it should be though, right? Because that's what the previous Tana Talk's been about.
Tana Talk. The minute he named it Tana Talk, I knew what I was getting. So I've been combating a lot of people who's been going against it, saying like, well, it's more just all this little street stuff. Like, well, first, he named the series that. It's part of that series. You knew what you was getting. And then I have thrown back in everybody's face. Well, I want to see this same type of vibe when that Pusha come out. When that Push come out and everybody like, ooh, man, Push
gonna have Push. You know, Push gonna have the production. So like, Push picks, like they're rapping. He's rapping over Derringer and Alchemist.
But they're saying on the style and what he's saying, like a lot of people are saying like, oh, he's not really like growing or showing like, you know, a lot of growth on this thing. So
fuck growth.
Well, I'm just telling you what the message is and how I've been combating it. So I say, hey, make sure y'all keep this same type of energy when the Push come out. I want to hear, because I don't just poke holes in your whole logic.
When's the last time I wanted to hear Benny talk about his life? When have I ever wanted that from him?
He got shot. You want to hear that?
Okay, that's in real time.
3 a.m. in Dallas or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's in real time. Like, but you know, like the contrast between him and Conway has that story, right? Of he dived a little bit deeper into that personal bag. You got that Benny before on the joint that he did with Hit Boy. You know what I'm saying? And I get the comparisons between with Hit Boy, the Burden.
Yeah, we got a lot of that on Burden of Proof.
You got a lot of that. So, but that's probably where it took him. But this is Tana Talk 4. This is about drug dealing. That's what it's about. So why would you expect anything else? Like that's crazy to me that you go into it thinking you're gonna hear some heartfelt shit about it when it's just talking shit about the streets over some hard ass Alchemist and Derringer beats. What?
What he said? Pirates King.
Yeah. Listen, man. Like I don't know what people want at certain times, man. Like, look, here's a few more songs I like, Prez. The one with Boldy James, he's 2 for 2 now. Weekend in the Perry's. Weekend in the Perry's was another one I like. Back 2 times. I don't know if I asked you this, man. I know I've talked about Stove God Cooks. I like his presence on this thing. And that's been a lot with me with Stove God. Like his presence, his pen is cool. And I really do like his pen and what he be saying. But to me, he dropped one of the albums of the year in 2020 as far as just doing this street shit. Like his presence, he showed up and showed out. How do you really like Stove God, or what do you think about the features, since this is feature heavy? You know, what features did you like more than others?
Oh yeah, I mentioned that back 2 times. Yeah, I like that. I like that cut, man. And same thing with you, man. Like, so if somebody's gonna come in, they got to do something a little bit different. Sometimes I'm gonna like it, sometimes I'm not. West Side Gun, you know, I don't like his full albums, you know, but I love his features. You know, it's just how you come, but it's because he adds that little bit of spice to something, you know what I mean? But too much spice is a bad thing, is kind of what I say, you know what I mean? So that's when I get him alone, it's a little hard to take, but like when it's mixed in the mix, hey, it's good, man. And I appreciate West Side, you know? So which he was talking about on a couple of these songs, you know, how they came in, you know, West Side was like the architect of it, and then, you know, he was more like that he had his lane, and then Conway had their lane, but they all formed up, you know, to just continue to get money and telling you, man, these stories, man. Like, so I like this, man. I like this album. I'm gonna keep going back to it. I think this is one of those things that's gonna slowly grow on people. Even that 10 More Commandments, I think by the end of the year, you can be like, you know what? I want to go back and redo my review.
I don't know. Because again, you got J. Cole. I like the J. Cole feature, of course. Stove God Cooks is starting to become a little stand on, like, even his appearance on Nicholas Craven's project. I forget the name, but anyway, the song is called Opulence. That's dope. Boldy James, you know, he did his thing on this as well. Conway, clearly, I mentioned the song 38 Special had a fire as verse 2 as well. Mm-hmm. Like, if I can name 6 or 12 joints like that I really enjoyed, 9 times out of 10 it has replay value for me. This definitely would be in discussions. I don't know where it would end up, but it's definitely, to me, I think Benny throws his name in the hat with albums that have to be discussed, or projects that have to be discussed as, you know, one of the possible best ones. But, you know, who knows if these guys are done releasing projects for this year. He may release something else with somebody else before we start doing our wrap up. But I think this is really good.
First quarter almost up. We may have to give a top 5 of first quarter.
Might have to. It's a lot. It's a lot that's come out, and we've been complaining about it, but not all of our favorites have dropped. TDE, Kendrick. We've gotten it. We've gotten it.
It's just funny how this is a flip-flop, man. It turned over, because I'm pretty sure this was me last year saying that same name.
You know what it was, Fred? I'm be honest with you. Kendrick came on a mix. I went down a rabbit hole with Kendrick a couple weeks ago, and I was like, what the hell is going on, man? Like, what's going on? Are they trying to put the perfect sauce and spices to it? Like, as you said, like, I don't need perfect. I just need some new Kendrick, man. Like, I just want to hear what he has to offer, man, because, you know, you got the Cole last year. Nas came through and did what Nas did. Like, you got these big acts dropping, and then it's been a while, man. It's been a while for TDE, like we said last week. So I just wanted to hear some new Kendrick, man. And now it's starting to piss me off. Because I know he ain't got no summertime music. You know what I'm saying? So when is it going to happen? Are we going to get it at the end of the year? Who knows, man? Who knows what's going on in that camp? But until then, you know, it is what it is. So this has been the Butcher's review. This is dope body of work. If y'all expected more, expected him to get introspective or whatever you expected, you got, to me, I think you get what you came to expect here. Dope beats, dope rhymes. Well, what else is the criteria?
Your fault if you came to Tana Talk thinking that you were gonna get something different. That's on you. Be a better consumer. What you gotta be going from that buying. Don't just go, oh.
Expectation management at its finest, man.
Yeah.
But just don't listen to 10 more commandments first. If you don't listen to that, listen to anything else on this project, you'll be in good running. That's just my review. That's my review.
Man, I just don't get you sometimes. I don't understand you. Y'all clamor for one thing and then you go totally left when they give you something like that. You're like, oh.
Hey man, sometimes you put my expectations all the way up here, and then when I hear it, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I love the idea of going back to the Slaughterhouse Project. I love the idea of them getting it off their chest. Let them say what they gotta say. But 7 songs into that bitch, I'm like, stop saying it. It's over. It's all right. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know what I mean? Yeah, again, we always talk about it. We're hypocritical fans, right? We want something, and then somebody delivers it.
We don't know what the fuck we want.
We don't know what the fuck we want.
All we want is good music, honestly. If you give us good music, that's what's going to do.
Yeah, it just got to sound good. Does it sound good on this run? No? All right. And then, you know what I'm saying? We toss it aside. That's just the way it is. We ain't shit. Facts, we gonna come back. We gonna purchase your shit, merch, all that. We gonna support you. But if we don't like it, we gonna let you know it and do better next time.
Don't take our input because it don't work.
Don't take our input. Like when we love it, we'll shower you with praise. When we don't like it, we'll tell you we don't like it. We'll be fair about it. And I think that's fair. I think it's fair that, it was too for me, that 10 more commandments was too laid back. I needed some, maybe they could have went outside of Derringer Alchemist for this particular song. But,
did you go listen to the original 10 commandments again?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's a classic.
No, did you go back and listen at it before you compared it to something? Did you go back and listen to the original?
I don't know that song like the back of my hand, man.
No, that's not what I asked, Kat.
To the camera.
I don't need you.
Look at the man on my wall, man.
No. That's not what I'm asking. That's not
what I need to show y'all. People have nostalgia on my wall right here.
They have nostalgia for things, and it's up here. It's like this grandiose, and then they go back and listen. Like, now that I listen at that again.
No, you can't do. No, you can't do revisionist history here. You don't. Come on, we can't do that. We can't do revisionist.
I'm not doing revisionist history. I'm just saying. I think the way the song was set up is more in line with the original song. You're saying it's totally off. The whole vibe.
It's not about the vibe threw me off. I didn't like the vibe.
That's what I'm saying. Before you say that and go listen at the original, which I'm pretty sure he did while he was doing his and trying to match it up. And then don't go off your damn nostalgia. You the one who trying to do revisionist. You
Life After Death. The baby's on my wall.
It takes 2 seconds to pick up that damn phone and listen at that song and then play 10 more commandments right after and see if and then come back to me.
No, I ain't gonna listen to it again. I know 10 crack commandments. I love that song. Benny didn't do it justice. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Out of 12 songs, I didn't like one. You can't make me like it. Can't make me like it. I don't like
it. I refuse to go back and listen to the other song. I know how it sounded, and it don't sound nothing like it.
I ain't saying it gotta sound just like it. I just think the energy was lacking. I think
it gave me that same type of vibe.
Yeah, Diddy fucked up the song coming in with his cool ass. Like, nah, man. I'm cool. All right, man. Is that it for the albums, man? Or we got anything?
That's it. But I'm done with you, man. Like, I can't. Like, if you can't go back and take the time to listen to that one damn song,
I've heard. You talking to somebody who was raised in Brooklyn, New York. I know what the original sounds like. I don't have to go back and listen to it. I know what the whole Life After Death sound like. I mean, I don't got to go back to it. I know what it sound like.
I think you need to go back.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 152. I will not be going back to listen to Big's version. Big's version is the classic, some shit you just don't touch. Okay? That's all I got to say.
Hold on. So y'all got songs that we can't touch.
Not y'all. Don't make this.
You're
saying
saying Big and all them got songs that we touch, but when we tell you something that's a down south classic and they revisit, you're like, but I like the new song. I'm like, nah, I can't flow with it.
You got one or two things you can do with me, Prez. You can remake it and the shit sounds amazing, or you can remake it and it doesn't meet my expectations. Those are just simple. That's all. It didn't meet my expectations. That's all. I ain't saying it's trash. I said it left much to be desired. I didn't like the beat. I'm telling you what I don't like about it. You just refusing to accept my opinion. That's what it is. You just I ain't trash.
You know what?
I just sound like,
you know what? I respect your shitty opinion. You can keep saying whatever you want to say. Next week it'll be a new album, new topic, and I guarantee within the next month or 2 months he's gonna contradict everything he's saying right here on another song.
This is why this is my man, and I gotta watch out for him and what I say for the rest of the year, because I know he coming. I know he coming from me somehow, some way. He think I ain't gonna see it coming, but I am. This is episode 152. I'm Cash, aka Exec P, and my man,
Mr. Prez. We out.
Yeah.